Have you ever stood at the window on a quiet afternoon, watching the wind gently rustle the trees and wondered, is there still time for one more adventure? For many of us, life after 70 is supposed to be about slowing down, enjoying retirement, and finding peace in routine. But deep down, a part of us still yearns to explore, to feel the thrill of boarding a plane, to watch the sun set over a place we've never seen before, to taste new flavors and hear unfamiliar music that stirs something forgotten inside us. Travel at this age means something more. It's no longer about checking destinations off a list. It's about reconnecting with the world in a different way, at a different pace. It's about reclaiming the feeling that life is still big, beautiful, and full of wonder, no matter how many birthdays we've celebrated. But let's be honest, traveling after 70 isn't as easy as it used to be. The spirit is still willing, but the body needs more care. Planning a trip now means more than booking flights and packing a suitcase. It's about preserving your health, your peace of mind, and most of all, your joy. In this heartfelt guide, I want to share with you 6 essential lessons drawn from real stories, thoughtful reflection, and the quiet wisdom that only comes with age. These are not just travel tips. They are life lessons, wrapped in the folds of adventure, safety, and the deep desire to make every moment count. So if you've ever asked yourself, can I still travel at this age? The answer is yes, but with care, with awareness, and with the kind of preparation that honors your years, your body, and your dreams. Stay with me, because the journey we're about to take together isn't just across miles, but through the most meaningful parts of what it means to live fully after 70. Part 2, health comes first, because every journey starts from within. Before the plane ticket, the suitcase, or even the map, there's your body, there's your health. And if there's one thing I've learned from traveling in my golden years, it's this. You don't plan a trip to see the world. You plan a trip to protect yourself while doing it. Let me take you back to a morning in early spring. My old friend Helen, who had just turned 76, called me with a voice filled with excitement. "We're going to Spain," she said. "Madrid, Barcelona, the coast. I want to do it all." Now, Helen was always the adventurous one in our group. She was the first to go zip-lining at 65 and the first to take up salsa dancing at 70. But this time, something in her voice told me she hadn't fully considered the reality. "Have you had your checkup yet?" I asked. She paused. "I feel fine." I understood. At our age, we learn to live with aches, stiffness, fatigue, but feeling fine and being fit to travel aren't always the same thing. 2 weeks later, Helen called me from the hospital, not Spain. It turned out she had been ignoring signs of high blood pressure, and during a connecting flight, she experienced dizzy spells and shortness of breath. The trip was canceled, and the cost was far more than financial. That's why health must always be the first suitcase we pack. Your pre-trip health checklist and why it matters. Get a full medical checkup. Before any trip, near or far, see your doctor. Don't skip it. A physical can uncover hidden issues like irregular heart rhythms, anemia, or sleep apnea that could become dangerous while traveling. Bring all necessary medications. Pack your medications in your carry-on, not your checked bag. Include extra doses in case of delays, and carry a list of your prescriptions, dosages, and your doctor's contact info. Consider a laminated medical card for emergencies. Know your destination's healthcare options. Will there be a nearby hospital? Are local pharmacies reliable? Can you speak the language, or do you need translation support? These questions matter more than you think. Buy the right travel insurance. Not all plans cover pre-existing conditions. Choose comprehensive coverage that includes emergency evacuation, hospital stays, and trip cancellation. Read the fine print. This is not the place to cut corners. Real-life reflection. Mr. Johnson's journey. Mr. Johnson, a widowed veteran, saved for 5 years to take his dream trip to Alaska. But before he left, he did something many forget. He brought his doctor into the plan. They discussed the weather, the walking demands, and even altitude shifts. His doctor adjusted his medications, recommended compression socks, and gave him a note with critical medical instructions. That preparation paid off. When Mr. Johnson developed a mild respiratory infection mid-trip, he already had the proper antibiotics and instructions with him. He recovered quickly and went on to enjoy every glacier, every cruise, and every photo he took of bald eagles in flight. He told me later, "I didn't just plan my trip, I protected my time." And that, dear friend, is exactly the point. Why this matters so deeply. As we age, our bodies change, and while many of us are blessed with strength and energy in our 70s and beyond, it only takes one unprepared moment to turn a trip into a crisis. You're not fragile, you're wise. And wisdom means we lead with care, not fear. So before you book your flights or get swept up in excitement, pause. Put your health first. Not because you're afraid of something going wrong, but because you're giving yourself the best chance for everything to go right. Because when you feel strong, you move freely, you laugh louder, you enjoy deeper, you notice the details in the world you never had time for before. And most of all, you come home with stories, not regrets. Chapter 2. Eat well, savor slowly. The delicate art of enjoying local flavors safely. There's a certain magic to food when you travel. It's more than just nourishment, it's a cultural bridge, a story told through spices, colors, textures. For many seniors, trying new foods is one of the highlights of a trip, but at the same time, our digestive systems become more delicate as we age. That sense of adventure we once had in our 30s, biting into a spicy curry on a crowded street or sampling raw seafood at a beachside shack, may no longer serve us in our 70s. That doesn't mean the joy of food disappears. It just means we must approach it more mindfully. I remember meeting Anne and her husband Paul on a river cruise along the Rhone in France. They were both in their early 80s, sharp-witted and full of laughter. Anne had always dreamed of tasting authentic French cuisine, but on their first night, eager and excited, they tried escargot, several cheeses, and a seafood stew, all in one meal. By midnight, Anne was curled in bed with stomach cramps and a fever. The next 2 days of her dream trip spent in the cabin, missing the lavender fields and vineyard tours she'd longed to see. Next time, she told me later with a chuckle, I'll enjoy the flavors, but one at a time. Lesson 1. Be selective, not fearful. It's easy to feel that choosing safe food somehow limits the experience. But the truth is, savoring a few well-chosen dishes gives you a far deeper appreciation than rushing through a smorgasbord. If you're traveling abroad, try one new dish at a time and pair it with something familiar. That way your body has a chance to adjust and you'll be less likely to miss out due to an upset stomach. If you're unsure about a particular food, ask questions. How is it prepared? Is it spicy, raw, or fermented? Many locals will be happy to explain, and often they'll even suggest a milder version just for you. Lesson 2. Carry comfort with you. It's always a good idea to pack a few of your go-to snacks, especially if you have dietary restrictions or a sensitive stomach. A small stash of protein bars, trail mix, or crackers can be a lifesaver on long train rides, in airports, or when you simply can't find a place that suits your needs. Also, consider carrying a little travel pantry of over-the-counter essentials, antacids, probiotics, hydration packets, and any medications prescribed for digestive support. You'll feel more confident knowing you're prepared. Lesson 3. Hydration. One of the easiest ways to get sick while traveling is drinking untreated water. This is especially true in countries where tap water is not safe for visitors. Always drink bottled or filtered water, even when brushing your teeth. Skip the ice unless you're sure it's made with purified water. Dehydration can sneak up on you while flying or walking long distances. Keep a refillable bottle with you at all times and sip throughout the day, even if you're not feeling thirsty. Your energy levels, mood, and digestion will thank you. Lesson 4. Avoid buffets, embrace simplicity. As tempting as they are, buffet-style meals are a breeding ground for bacteria if not managed properly. Hot foods sitting out too long, shared utensils, and lukewarm temperatures can spell trouble. If you do go to a buffet, stick to freshly cooked items and skip anything raw or underheated. Instead, seek out smaller local restaurants where meals are made to order. You'll not only support local businesses, but also get a better taste of the region's culinary soul. Lesson 5. Trust your instincts. Sometimes your body knows before your mind catches up. If something smells off. Chapter 3. The gift of slow travel. Embracing the beauty of taking your time. When we're young, travel often feels like a race. a race to see more, do more, fit everything into one tight itinerary. But as we age, something beautiful happens. We begin to understand the quiet power of slowing down. For seniors over 70, this isn't just a preference, it's a necessity. Not because we're weaker, but because we've earned the right to savor. To choose moments of stillness over schedules and presence over pace. I'll never forget Harold and June, both 77, celebrating their 50th wedding anniversary with a long-awaited trip to the American Southwest. They had once backpacked across Europe in their 30s, moving fast from city to city, but this time they planned differently. A week in Sedona, 3 nights at a quiet lodge near the Grand Canyon, afternoons reserved for naps, sunrise walks, and simple joys like birdwatching or journaling on the porch. They told me, we didn't want to come home tired, we wanted to come home full. Lesson 1. It's okay to do less. You don't have to check off every landmark or museum to have a meaningful trip. In fact, the most memorable moments often come from the unscheduled ones, sipping coffee on a quiet street, sharing stories with a local guide, or watching the sunset with someone you love. Start with fewer destinations. Instead of 5 cities in 10 days, consider 2 in the same amount of time. That way, you truly get to know each place, without the constant stress of packing, moving, adjusting. Lesson 2. Prioritize rest just like activities. Rest isn't something you fit in at the end of the day, it's part of the experience. Choose hotels or accommodations that feel like a retreat. Quiet neighborhoods, comfortable beds, and preferably elevators or ground floor rooms. If naps help recharge you, honor them. If mornings are your strongest time, plan your excursions early and leave afternoons open. Travel is not about pushing through, it's about aligning with your energy so you actually enjoy what you came to see. Lesson 3. Design for comfort, not convenience. Skip the red-eye flights and tight layovers. Choose direct routes whenever possible, or break longer trips into 2 segments with time to stretch and rest in between. Traveling by train or cruise can also be gentler on the body than multiple flights. These options give you the chance to enjoy the journey, not just the destination. And don't forget to give yourself a full day of rest once you arrive. Let your body adjust. Let your mind catch up with your surroundings. Lesson 4. Don't fear the quiet. You might be used to travel as a whirlwind of activity, but peace can be just as powerful. Look for gardens, small towns, scenic walks, or quiet lakesides. Let your trip become a collection of calming moments instead of constant motion. If you're traveling with younger family, set expectations early. We'll join the fun, but we'll also need our quiet time. That balance can turn a busy trip into a healing one. Lesson 5. Reflect, don't just record. In this stage of life, it's not about collecting photos. It's about collecting meaning. Bring a small notebook. Each day, write a short reflection. Not just what you saw, but how it made you feel, what it reminded you of, who it made you think of. These reflections, years later, will be far more powerful than any selfie. Chapter 4. Every step matters. Traveling safely after 70. There's a saying among seasoned travelers. It's not just where you go, it's how you get there. For seniors over 70, those words couldn't be more true. As our bodies age, they don't bounce back the way they once did. What was once a short walk up a hill can become a challenge. What used to be a simple airport transfer might now require extra support. And what once felt like an exciting adventure might now bring with it an undercurrent of anxiety. But here's the good news. With a little planning, awareness, and honesty with ourselves, travel can still be one of life's greatest pleasures. Lesson 1. Choose the right mode of transportation. Airplanes, trains, cruise ships, buses. Each has its pros and cons. But the most important question isn't which is fastest, it's which one helps you feel steady, safe, and supported. If flying, choose non-stop flights when possible. Avoid tight layovers or red-eye departures that force you to travel tired. Book wheelchair assistance in advance, even if you don't normally use one. Airports are large, and energy is precious. If trains are available, they can be a beautiful, less jarring alternative. They offer more space, smoother movement, and the joy of watching the world roll by through the window. Cruises are another excellent option, especially for those with mobility concerns. Your hotel moves with you. No constant packing, no cobblestone streets, just calm waters and the luxury of predictability. Lesson 2. Always think 2 steps ahead. When planning your day, think not only about what you'll do, but how you'll get there. How far is the walk? Are there stairs? Is there an elevator? Will there be somewhere to sit and rest? Use tools like Google Maps Street View to preview walking routes. Call hotels, restaurants, and museums to ask about accessibility. Many destinations are more than happy to make accommodations. You just have to ask. And if a tour sounds fun but requires too much standing or walking, it's okay to say no. Or better yet, find a private tour that moves at your pace. Lesson 3. Bring the tools that bring you peace. Many older adults resist using mobility aids, canes, walkers, even compression socks. They fear it will make them look old. But the truth, confidence is the most youthful thing you can wear. And confidence comes from knowing you're stable, steady, and supported. Pack whatever tools you need. A foldable cane, orthopedic inserts, travel-size oxygen, even just your most comfortable shoes. If they help you feel more secure, they're worth their weight in gold. Don't forget sunglasses to reduce eye strain, noise-canceling headphones for sensory overload, and a neck pillow for travel comfort. Your body deserves to be taken care of. It has carried you through a beautiful life. Let it be your companion, not your burden. Lesson 4. Travel with company, not alone. There's something deeply comforting about having someone by your side, not just for companionship, but for safety. Whether it's your spouse, an adult child, or a close friend, traveling with someone gives you a second set of eyes, ears, and hands. Someone to lift your bags, spot uneven ground, or navigate a busy train station. But more than that, it's someone to share the experience with, to laugh with at the unexpected, to talk with after a long day, to be still with under the stars of a new city. If traveling solo, consider a guided group tailored to seniors. These tours often include slower paces, built-in rest, and a support system that understands your needs. Lesson 5. Know when to say not today. Perhaps the most important travel skill after 70 is knowing when to rest. You don't have to see everything. You don't have to prove anything. If your body says, let's skip the stairs today, or let's stay in the hotel this afternoon, listen. There is no shame in self-care. In fact, it's the only way to make sure you get to keep exploring. Chapter 5. Protecting your peace, financial clarity, and staying scam-free. If there's one thing that should never weigh you down during a journey, it's fear, especially fear of being cheated, tricked, or financially blindsided. And yet, for so many seniors over 70, this has become an unfortunate reality. You may have saved for years. You may have dreamed of this trip for decades. But all it takes is one careless booking, one dishonest vendor, one moment of misplaced trust to turn paradise into regret. But here's the truth. It doesn't have to be this way. With awareness, preparation, and a few golden rules, you can protect your wallet and your peace of mind so that your travel is filled with joy, not worry. Lesson 1. If it sounds too good to be true, it is. In the age of the internet, scams wear many disguises. It might be an unbelievable deal on a 5-star hotel, a last-minute cruise package at a secret price, a free guided tour, if you just pay a small processing fee. These offers are often designed to prey on optimism, hope, and sometimes loneliness. But don't let excitement cloud your caution. Before you book anything, ask, is this a trusted company? Can I verify this website or agency? Are there real reviews from other travelers my age? When in doubt, call a friend, a relative, or even your bank. A 5-minute check is worth far more than losing hundreds or thousands of dollars. Lesson 2. Use reputable booking services. Whether it's flights, hotels, or excursions, stick to names you know. Large travel sites, airline companies, or agencies that specialize in senior travel are often safer bets. Better yet, consider working with a travel agent who understands the needs of older adults. They can take care of the details and offer insurance and refund options that protect your finances. Avoid booking through links sent via text or email. These are common phishing tactics. Always go directly to the official website or call the company to confirm. And remember, the cheapest option isn't always the best. Peace of mind is priceless. Lesson 3. Be smart with your money on the road. Once your trip begins, so do the opportunities for petty theft, overcharges, or even targeted scams. Don't carry large amounts of cash. Instead, bring a credit card with travel protections and fraud alerts. Use hotel safes for your passport and valuables. And split your money into 2 wallets, one to use daily, one to keep tucked away just in case. Beware of 2 helpful strangers at ATMs. Taxi drivers who forgot to turn on the meter, or overly friendly shopkeepers pushing you to buy souvenirs. Not everyone has bad intentions, but your guard is your greatest ally. If someone makes you feel pressured, uncomfortable, or confused, step away. Trust your instincts. You've lived long enough to know when something doesn't feel right. Lesson 4. Invest in travel insurance. Yes, really. Some seniors hesitate to buy travel insurance thinking, "I'll be fine, I never get sick," or "it's just one trip." But insurance isn't about what's likely to happen, it's about what could happen. Imagine your luggage gets lost, your flight is canceled, you suddenly fall ill overseas. Without insurance, those moments can become disasters. A good travel insurance plan covers medical emergencies, trip interruptions, cancellations, and even emergency evacuations. And for seniors, it's one of the most important investments you can make. Check the fine print, make sure it includes pre-existing condition coverage, and always carry your insurance information with you during the trip. It's not just about finances, it's about freedom, the freedom to enjoy your journey without worrying about what could go wrong. Lesson 5. Protecting yourself emotionally too. Financial loss isn't just about money, it's about dignity, independence, trust. Being scammed or losing money while traveling can make a person feel embarrassed or ashamed. But please, if it happens, know that you are not alone. Scams are designed by professionals. They are meant to catch even the wisest among us off guard. Don't let one bad experience stop you from exploring, living, or trusting again. Talk to someone, learn from it, and then move forward with your eyes wide open and your spirit intact. At this stage of life, every dollar matters, not because of fear, but because of freedom. Because you've earned the right to enjoy your time, your memories, and your future without regret. So take the steps to protect what you've built. Ask questions, read the details, trust your gut. Because when your finances are safe, your heart can stay open. And that's when travel becomes what it's truly meant to be: liberating, fulfilling, and joyful. Chapter 6. Embrace the joy. Travel with lightness, laughter, and meaning. Let me ask you this. When was the last time you truly let go and allowed yourself to be filled with wonder? Not the wonder of checking off a list, not the rush of racing through an itinerary, but the quiet kind, the joy that sneaks in during a sunrise from your hotel balcony, or when you share a laugh with a stranger who doesn't speak your language, but smiles just like your best friend from 50 years ago. This is what travel after 70 should be about. You've earned the right to slow down, to feel more, to be more, not just see more. Let go of the checklist mentality. You don't need to see it all. You don't need to rush from museum to monument like you're chasing time. Because the truth is, you've already won time. Every moment you're alive and able to experience something new, that's a gift. And it's not about quantity anymore, it's about quality. So skip that early tour if you're tired. Linger a little longer at that cafe with the good jazz. Watch people pass by. Let yourself breathe. You're not falling behind. You're choosing to live in the moment. Choose experiences over expectations. Let your travels be guided by curiosity, not pressure. If you love gardens, find a quiet one and spend an hour with the flowers. If music makes your heart feel young, find a place where it plays live, even if you just listen from outside. One of the greatest freedoms of being older is that you no longer have to prove anything to anyone. You don't have to make it worth it for anyone else's standards. This is your story now, and joy is found when you live it for you. Say yes to connection. It's never too late. to meet someone new, to share a story, to ask someone about theirs. Whether it's your travel companion, your hotel host, a waiter, or another traveler sitting next to you on the plane, connections spark joy. Sometimes a 5-minute conversation in a foreign city stays in your heart for years. And if you're traveling with someone you love, spouse, grandchild, dear friend, make time to be present with them, not just in location, but in heart. Share old memories, ask new questions, hold their hand while crossing the street, not because you have to, but because you can. Bring the lightness with you. Let yourself laugh at language mix-ups, at the unexpected turns, at your travel partner's 20 photos of the same flower, even at yourself, at the way you need reading glasses to read the map upside down. Laughter is the music of the soul, and when you laugh during travel, you carry that music with you everywhere you go. Remember, the best souvenirs aren't bought in shops. They're caught in those unscripted moments, the ones that make your eyes water with joy and your heart swell with gratitude. Capture, but don't rush to post. Take pictures, yes, but not just for others to see. Take them for yourself. For the quiet days when you're back home and need a little sunshine from that Paris afternoon or the blue sea of Santorini. And sometimes, don't take the picture, just look. Soak it in, be there. The memory you make with your heart is the one that stays the longest. Be proud of your adventure. No matter how big or small the trip, whether it's a weekend road trip or a flight across the world, be proud of yourself. You've chosen to live, to experience, to grow, to feel. At a time when many choose to stay still, you moved. That is brave, that is beautiful, that is powerful. Final reflections, the journey within. As we close this guide on traveling after 70, let's be clear. Travel at this stage of life isn't about escape. It's about embracing yourself, your memories, your freedom, your joy. It's about reminding yourself that even now, you still belong in the world, that life still has flavors for you to taste, places for you to see, people for you to love, and moments to carry home in your soul. So go, but go wisely, go prepared, and most importantly, go with your heart open. Let the laughter echo longer than the footsteps. Let the sunset stay with you longer than the photos. Let the memories you make now become the stories your grandchildren one day retell with awe. Because this isn't the end of the road, it's a continuation of your story. And what a beautiful story it is. Thank you. Thank you for joining us on this journey. If this story touched you, we'd love to hear from you. Please leave a comment below and share one memory, one lesson, or one dream you still hold close to your heart. Or tell us what destination still calls your name. Your words mean the world to us and to the growing community of people who believe that age is not the end, but a new beginning. If you found this helpful or inspiring, please like, subscribe, and share it with someone you love. Your support helps us keep creating meaningful content that celebrates life at every age. Until next time, may your path be safe, your steps steady, and your spirit always curious. Bon voyage.